Marriage Man.
There you going. I'm Marriage Man, and welcome to this week's episode of
Marriage Man.
On today's show, we're going to give you some excellent tips to brush up on your cooking skills. Now, I know some of you fellas can cook already, but I've got a mate called Phil, lives not far from here, reckons he can cook, but it takes him 7 hours to cook a lamb roast. Today, I'm going to give you some emergency cooking skills, how to cook under pressure. Come on, let's get in the shed and see if we can create a Marriage Man culinary masterpiece. So let's just start with an emergency situation that you fellas can come to the rescue. It's Christmas Day, you've got all the presents sorted from your youngest angle biter right through to Aunt Mabel. You've got some coldies on ice, the cricket set's ready for after lunch, and you're so busy unwrapping the presents, your wife turns to you and says, "Forgot to put the turkey in the oven." Fellas, this is where you can save the day. Let's get in the kitchen, eh? So first of all, fellas, you need to take your turkey out of the freezer. Then we've got to stuff this little baby. Remember, we're in a bit of a hurry. We want something that's edible and really flavoursome. So what do we got? 2-minute Maggi noodles, yeah. So first of all, we've got to take our turkey out of the plastic and prepare it for stuffing. So obviously, because the turkey's frozen, there's nowhere to put the stuffing. Easily solved, just bore a couple of holes. I recommend using a 12mm masonry bit and my trusty old Bosch drill. Now take your 2-minute Maggi noodles, couple of packets, crush them up a little in your hand, then stuff the contents inside the turkey. Now make sure you add the little flavour satchels. This is what will give it that special taste. I recommend using chicken flavour because I've found it complements the turkey. Then grab a good sized paintbrush, a little light oil, say it is 15W40 for those cold starts, alright? Give a really quick baste all over your turkey. Then, when she's fully stuffed and basted, grab a good chunk of aluminium foil and wrap her up really well. And I mean really well, a couple of layers to keep the flavour sealed in and the heat just perfect. Now we'll just stick this in the oven for a sec and go and prepare the other stuff. Now you have to have your golden potatoes with a roast turkey. And I've found just a trick for peeling these in a hurry, a belt sander. Just turn your sander upside down, lock the trigger on, and you can peel a dozen spuds in no time. Then just baste the little babies in some more oil. Then quickly scrunch and wrap all the spuds up individually. That's it. Remember, all your hungry guests will be arriving very shortly. Now fellas, don't forget the fresh plump green peas. Here's some that I picked from my own garden earlier. Let's get them started, eh? Now remember fellas, time's tight and you're in a hurry, but if you're feeling like you're ahead of the game, get a Christmas pud going as well. Now my gran always used to put money in our Christmas pud, so what you do is get a cold chisel and a hammer, cut some slots in the tin just like a little money box, and then put the coins in for the kiddies. I always reckon my gran was a bit stingy, so I'm going to stick a bit more in. Look at this, will you fellas? The turkey's looking great, the spuds, the pud. Your wife's gonna love your confidence so far as a cordon bleu expert. But you've only got 8 minutes till the guests get here and we've still got to cook it. What are we gonna do? We've got the Oxy. Check it out. Oh, check out the heat in that baby. We're gonna have this turkey so tender, it'll melt in your mouth. Yeah, come on.
That's hot. Get back! What you having to put it? Come, the waiting things up.
you take a look at that, fellas? The perfect Christmas turkey. Now be aware, with that extreme heat, it may just shrink a little bit. But you have saved the day. A Christmas dinner in less than 15 minutes. You're going to be everybody's favourite Santa. Merry Christmas. Well, that's it for this week's show, fellas. Thanks for tuning in. I'm wishing you a Christmas that's as much fun as mine was, and a very happy new year. Remember, till then, I'm Marriage Man. Say hi to your wife for me.
Marriage Man.